Hello, friend. It is 2 days before New Year's, the Monday after Christmas, so my apartment is in shambles right now with presents all over the place, and we've just kind of let ourselves get lax through the holidays, which has been very nice. But I woke up this morning wanting to get my life together a little bit. 2025 is going to be a life-changing year for me. It's going to be the year that I write and finish my book. I'm really going to be leaning into my business and revamping my hypnosis app, Dawdle. I want to grow this YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing a lot of educational content on here as well, some longer form versions of things that I post on Instagram and TikTok. And I also really want to focus on myself this year. I want to prioritize my health and my well-being and my social life. We just moved to Philly less than 6 months ago, and so I want to work on building our community and meeting people and exploring the city and doing new things. So it's gonna be a really cool year. So today's gonna be really about getting organized, figuring out my priorities, trying to maybe make a plan for writing and a schedule so that I can have something to follow. I feel like I'm flailing a little bit. I'm not gonna be setting my big goals for the new year in this video. I'll probably make another video that you can follow along with. But if you are in a kind of similar space and you want to get clear on your priorities and sort of make a schedule, make a loose plan, and feel a little bit more aligned with what you're doing each day, follow along with me. I'll show you my system for doing that, and it might be helpful for you. In the meantime, it is time for breakfast. One thing that I really want to prioritize in 2025 is reading more. So I'm going to get ahead on that goal because we're still in 2024 and read a little bit of the Throne of Glass series during breakfast. Also, can we just take a moment for this lighting? It's so pretty. Slight change of plans. I just checked the weather outside and it's gorgeous. It's like 55 degrees. So I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna do some walking hypnosis to kind of get in the right headspace, and then I'm gonna come back and get things done. So I'll bring you along with me on my phone because I don't trust myself to take this beautiful camera outside yet, but I'll show you some of the sights of Philly, some of the things that I love to explore when I'm out on these walks, and then we'll crack down and get some stuff accomplished. In the neighborhood, which is one of my favorite neighborhoods in the city because all the street signs have rainbows on them. They have pride flags on them. And if you're wondering what I've got going on in these headphones right now, I am listening to the Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie episode of Call Her Daddy. It's so funny. After I finish this episode, I'm gonna then do a walking hypnosis from Dawdle. All right, I finished listening to the podcast, and now I'm going to do a little walking hypnosis from Dawdle, my app. I honestly created the walking hypnosis sessions for myself first because I always feel really torn between prioritizing my mental health and prioritizing my physical health. Sometimes I just want to be moving. Sometimes I just want to be outside, and I don't want to sit down to do a whole session. So I combined it, and in these sessions, it focuses your mind and calms your body, but allows you to do it while you're still moving, which my ADHD brain really, really loves. So I'm gonna listen to the session specifically on visualizing goals, getting in touch with that, because the theme of today is really getting my life together, figuring out my priorities, and the best way to do that is to bring it to life in your mind first so that it feels attainable, it feels possible. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna enjoy it, enjoy this beautiful weather, and explore a little bit before I go back home. I just finished my hypnosis session and I was honestly surprised. I shouldn't be surprised at this point because this always happens, but I was so surprised by what came up because whenever I visualize my goals, whenever I do sessions like this, I have an expectation going into it of what I might want to focus on, what my priorities are, and I really thought that I was going to be visualizing the success of my book and my business, and all that kept coming up for me was performing and how much I miss it and how much I want to be on stage. If you don't know this about me already, I am an actor by training. I have a degree in musical theater and I haven't performed in over 5 years because I moved to New York to be a performer December of 2019, and I was like, cool, I'm gonna get settled in and then I'm gonna give myself a couple of months and then I'm gonna start auditioning in the spring. And the spring of 2020 happened, the world shut down, and so that kind of got put on pause. I went to grad school, I pivoted in my business. I'm immunocompromised, so I haven't felt quite safe enough to get on stage and be around that many people just yet, but I miss it so much. I miss singing for people. I miss telling stories. I miss that community. And my heart was just like aching for it when I was visualizing these things. So that's something that I should probably unpack and get more in touch with to some degree, even if it's just singing, online and sharing more of that. But wow, I miss it so much. I'm gonna walk around a little bit more, enjoy some of this weather, and then I will head back and get focused on my life. All right, I'm home and now I am intending to figure out my stuff, figure out my life for the next couple of months at least. I don't really like to do my initial planning on a computer just because I like to write things out and see things visually. So I'm using my Remarkable 2 tablet. If you've not heard of this, it's the best thing in the world. It's like a smart notebook, so it's not backlit. It writes like paper and you can organize all of your notes in such a nice way. I have different folders for different parts of my life. You can import PDF if you want to mark something up or do some reading. This was a lifesaver when I was in grad school and all I was doing was reading studies and articles and things like that. But now I just use it to keep my life organized. So this is the beginning of my mind map. In the center, we have 2025 priorities, and the biggest things that I want to make time for are my book, music and singing, building this YouTube channel. I also have my app Dawdle. I have my podcast, How to Like Your Life, which I really want to be more consistent with. And then I've got some other personal things like my health. I want to make time for it. I want to do things that are good for my body. And then we've got creativity. I know this is really broad, but I love making things. I love crafting. I love learning, and I don't make enough time for it. So these are my big ones. And the next step now is to figure out what each of these things really involves. So breaking it down into smaller categories of tasks that I can then start scheduling and putting into my routines. It's very, very big picture stuff right now. For the book, it's literally just writing and editing. The biggest thing that I am trying to figure out is my app and really planning for that because I have big ideas for it and it's a lot of work. I am managing this app mostly by myself. So for Dawdle, I really want to have more sessions out every single week. I plan on building programs. I'm gonna do like a 7-day challenge to reduce your stress and give people flows of sessions that they can listen to each day so that there is some more guidance. I've got to make time for all of this stuff. The next step is breaking it down into manageable patterns, manageable routines. So I'm going to take a look at this and put it into a block schedule of sorts. I want to set aside specific days where I write, specific days where I record, specific days where I plan content and that kind of thing, so that I'm not constantly feeling like, oh, I should be doing this laundry list of things. It's all designated to a certain time period in my life. This may be helpful for you if you want to try this process. So now I'm gonna get a new template so that I can do a week by week. The goal now is to be kind to my future self, because In the past, I have been the kind of person that just records my podcast like the day before it's released or the day of. I finish the YouTube video and then immediately put it out as soon as it's done. And I really want to be more intentional and proactive about the stuff I'm doing because I'm doing so much more stuff. So I think that this balance is going to be really, really helpful. It's kind of flexible to start, but Mondays I have the YouTube being released and the tasks of the day will be to record the podcast and record for Dawdle. On Tuesday, it's just going to be a writing day. Maybe I record a couple hypnosis sessions in the morning. Same with Wednesday, another full writing day, and then maybe spending an hour or so planning some content for YouTube. On Thursday, the podcast gets released. I will make this my Dawdle day. I have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as potential filming days for YouTube, so I can have some flexibility. So I feel a little bit better. I finished up with some of my planning. I did a little bit more brainstorming, but the thing that I'm really putting off, that I really don't want to do, is cleaning up and organizing this office. I haven't worked much since Christmas, so it's just kind of a train wreck with wrapping paper on the floor, and my desk is getting a little out of hand. I did buy a tiny bookshelf situation that's going to go in the corner over there, so a lot of this clutter can be redistributed elsewhere. So my next task, building this little shelf because I have way too much stuff and not nearly enough surfaces. Okay, my office is done. I want to show you the full effect. It's never been cozier. I'm really excited. Hold on. So we've got my diploma from my master's degree, this cute little clock. We've got my bookshelf and my newly cleaned desk setup. Isn't this so cozy and so organized? I still have to put something on the bottom shelf here, but I've got my headphones, got my candle warmer. We have a candle warmer in every single room. This is my favorite scent of all time. This is the full effect. I feel so much better. I feel like today was really great in setting myself up for being able to focus. I realized that this may have been my subconscious mind's very, very sneaky attempt to avoid writing today because I didn't write today, but we will get there. This place is really nice and not distracting anymore. I have an idea of what I'm responsible for every day, and it was a good day. It was beautiful outside. I'm gonna go hang out with my partner, get some dinner, and tomorrow will be hopefully a very nice last day of 2024. I'm gonna be doing some goal setting, some intention setting. It's been so nice sharing the day with you. I feel like I'm bringing a friend along. It's really, really nice. I hope that you enjoyed this. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything in the future. On this page, I share vlogs like this and also educational content, videos that can help you learn how to retrain your brain, how to do self-hypnosis, how to really reprogram your mind so that you can like your life. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope that you do something for yourself. I hope you give yourself some kind of little gift, something to help you feel just 1% better, even if that's just taking a deep breath or giving yourself a little hug or having your favorite coffee. Do something for yourself. And I will talk to you soon. Bye, friend.